Welcome back, and now we are joined over the phone by Dr. Nermine Mostafa, Attar, researcher in Egyptology. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and happy Ramadan to you and all the Egyptians.
Thank you. So the ancient Egyptians used to offer salted fish, lettuce, and onions to their dieters on Sham al-Nisim Day. Tell us more about the idea of this occasion in the Pharaoh's era.
Okay. The name of the holiday derives from the Egyptian name of the harvest season known as Shimu, which means harvesting. And according to ancient records, the ancient Egyptians used to offer fish, salted fish, lettuce, onion to their deities on this day. And actually, these offerings were believed to bring good fortune and bountiful harvest. And actually, each element of these offerings had its meaning. For example, the salted fish symbolized fertility and prosperity, while lettuce represented new life and growth, while onions, with their hard smell, were thought to ward off evil spirits.
So after the Christianization of Egypt, how different was the celebration of the festival?
Okay, after the Christianization of Egypt, the festival became associated with another Christian feast, which is Easter. And although the date of the festival changed from ancient Egypt, but many traditional customs associated with Sham al-Nisim remained the same. For example, like eating colored eggs, salted fish, and such a fusion show between the ancient Egyptian and the Christian era elements highlight the adaptability and resilience of this festival.
So after the Islamic conquest of Egypt, did any habits or norms change in the aspects of marking the occasion?
We can say, or we can mark two aspects, for example, the timing and the name of the feast. As we can say that by the time of the Islamic conquest of Egypt, the holy day was settled on the Easter Monday, and since the Islamic calendar was a lunar calendar and the Christian feasts were related to the solar year, the date of Sham al-Nisim remained on the Easter Monday, even after most of the Egyptians had become Muslims. And concerning the name of the feast, as Egypt became Arabized, the term Shimu changed to become Sham al-Nisim, which means smelling the breeze, which fairly accurately represents the way in which the Egyptians celebrate the holiday nowadays.
Yes. So like many other spring festivals, eggs are a key part of Sham al-Nisim celebrations. What is the significance or the symbol of eggs to ancient Egyptians, and how is that relating to the occasion?
Actually, eggs had an immense significance not only in for the ancient Egyptians, but for all the old civilizations. But for the ancient Egyptians, the egg represented the cycle of life and death and rebirth. It has a special symbolism that stems from the observation of chicks hatching from the inner egg, showing the Egyptians' belief in an afterlife. This concept was reflected in the Book of the Dead and Akhenaton when he said God is one. He created life from inanimate and he created chicks from eggs.
So also, if we talk about the Easter holidays and celebrations, we find that many Orthodox churches, including those in Egypt, Russia, and some Eastern European countries, celebrate Easter on a different day than churches in Europe and North American countries. Would you illustrate the reason behind this?
Sure. It's the same as for Christmas. We can see that Christmas is celebrated in a different days from in the Orthodox Church than the other churches. And the reason is the variation comes from the different calendar used by the churches. For example, the Orthodox Church follows the Julian calendar, while the Western churches adhere to the Gregorian calendar. And this difference in calendars led to a shift in the calculated date of Easter. For example, the Julian calendar, it places the vernal equinox on April the 3rd, while the Gregorian calendar places it on March 21st, and this leads to a 13 days difference between the two calendars.
And Dr. Nermine, what are your wishes and advices for Egyptians on this day?
Of course, I do wish them joy, happiness, and blessings. And I also would like to advise them to enjoy the beautiful spring weather. Actually, today's weather is perfect for all the outings. And also, I wish them to have the delicious traditional food, but of course not too much salted fish, and the company of their loved ones, as it is a perfect time for family and friends gathering and to enjoy each other's company.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Nermine Mostafa Attar, researcher in Egyptology. Thank you for being with us, and happy Sham Nissim to you and all your family. And dear viewers, by that we come to the end of today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Thank you for watching.